his bar. But if you spent enough time there, you learned a few things about him. For instance, his name wasn't really Smoky. That was a sort of stage name that he'd inherited when his father died. Smoky the Elder, a South Philadelphia Italian, had opened the bar up in what was then a Polish neighborhood, so he gave it what he thought was a Polish-sounding name, the Smoky Bar. And he became Smoky. And when he passed the bar on to his son, he passed the name on, too. I liked the place right away, just based on the sign. Black lettering on a white field. The kind of plexiglass sign that lights up at night, though it was afternoon when I first stopped in. It was on the ground floor of a narrow row house, just wide enough for a long bar and a few small tables and a payphone. The walls were paneled, stained dark, and coated with a glossy spar varnish. I thought at first that a trick of perspective was making the room appear to taper toward the back, but in fact the building wasn't square. It must have been built as an afterthought to fill in a slightly trapezoidal space between two older row houses. Smoky had the place to himself when I first came in. An old man in a vest with a nice full head of Grecian formula black hair brushed straight back from his forehead. He was sitting on a stool by the door looking out at Passyunk Ave. I sat near the front so he wouldn't have to walk too far.